Happening now, those with respiratory problems might want to limit their strenuous outdoor activity today. We'll tell you why. Plus, the National Comedy Center's summer lineup is out. We have the deets next.
Well, the temperatures are going to continue to go up from here along with the sunshine, but the humidity really comes into play over the next couple of days. We'll talk about it next as the news at noon starts now.
Live and on demand, this is WNY News Now.
Those with respiratory problems might want to limit their strenuous outdoor activity today. Thank you for joining us for WNY News Now. I'm Justin Gould. The New York State Department of Environmental Conservation has issued an air quality health advisory until 11 o'clock tonight for Chautauqua and Cattaraugus counties. Now, weather forecasters with the National Weather Service say air quality levels are predicted to be greater than an air quality index of 100 for ozone. So what that means is the state health department is recommending everyone to limit their strenuous outdoor activity today to reduce the risk of adverse health effects. Now, specifically, those with pre-existing respiratory problems such as asthma or even heart disease should take warning, as they may be vulnerable to increased air pollutants brought out by the heat. Now, today's forecast high is expected to be in the low 80s for the first time this year. Dakota will have more coming up in his weather report in just a bit. Well, an $86 million capital improvement project for Jamestown Public Schools was approved by voters last night. Jamestown Public Schools says the proposed 5-year project was approved 588 to 85. The district is reimbursed for 98% of improvements that will take place, with the school's savings covering the remaining 2%. There is no local tax increase as a result. Now, the project will start with Jamestown High School, Purcell Middle School, Fletcher Elementary, Ring, and the bus garage, as well as the Tech Academy and other district-wide IT updates. Superintendent Dr. Kevin Whitaker says the plan would modernize instructional spaces and improve safety and security, too. He says, much like at home, the district must keep up with maintenance, like replacing roofs and updating heating and cooling systems. Taxpayers also approved the district's budget for the next school year, 585 to 92, and voted in Nina Carbaca and Frank Gailzado to the district's Board of Education. Well, the National Comedy Center here in Jamestown announced its summer lineup today, featuring a different genre of comedy each week. WNY News Now's Mario Cosentino with the scoop about what's new.
As challenging as the last year has been, I feel there is a pent-up demand for getting out.
That's why the National Comedy Center in Jamestown has launched a 7-week series dubbed Summer Fun Weeks. The center's executive director, Journey Gunderson, tells WNY News Now that starting on June 20th, the series will highlight a specific type of comedy, ranging from slapstick to cartooning and animation.
Whether it be buddy comedy for a theme week, animation in comedy, comedy in the workplace, which of course conjures up images of everything from Cheers to The Office to MASH.
She says today's announcement isn't just a series of events, but rather aims to energize a movement on Jamestown's riverfront and help local businesses in the process.
In a way that spreads the economic impact over the course of the summer. And I hope that that's something that's helpful to downtown restaurants who have also had a really challenging year.
The center is also hosting free movie nights each Saturday during the new programming lineup. The alternative programming is in place of the traditional Lucille Ball Comedy Festival, which due to gathering concerns has been postponed to 2022.
The time to present artists of that caliber and a festival of that magnitude is when it can have the proper lead time months in advance, because it welcomes visitors from nearly all 50 states who need to be able to plan ahead.
Shows featuring comedians Jeff Foxworthy, legends of SNL David Spade, Kevin Nealon, and Rob Schneider have all been rescheduled for next summer. For WNY News Now, I'm Mario Cosentino.
Mario, thank you. To learn more about each week or the movie lineup that's included as well, simply visit comedycenter.org/summer fun. Well, a high school senior at Clymer Central School has won the Congressional Art Competition. Congressman Tom Reed's office says that Allison Eckner's charcoal drawing of an antique apothecary is receiving recognition. The artwork will be on display in the United States Capitol for 1 year in the Cannon Tunnel. Now, each year, the Congressional Art Institute sponsors a nationwide high school visual art competition to recognize and encourage talent. Students submit their entries to individual representatives' offices, where a panel of local artists then selects an overall winner. The competition was judged locally by Elmira College art professor Jan Kaithner and Aaron Kaithner, two art students, and also helped with the judging. All of the finalists' artwork will be displayed in Reed's office in D.C. Certainly exciting for the students there. We thank you for joining us for WNY News Now. Let us know what you think about these stories and more in the comments down below. We always love to hear from you. It's great to see Rod. Good afternoon to you. Thanks so much for tuning in today. Good to see Tom, Tammy, Janet, Sarah, Steve, and Ed as well. Well, now let's get to Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter, who's standing by live in studio for us, because it is warming up out there today. Dakota, really feeling like summer.
Yes, it is. And, you know, this is as advertised. We've been talking about this, how the warm air was going to be coming in throughout the week, and it's finally coming in. 76 right now in Findlay Lake with blue skies overhead and just a few of those high clouds starting to move in. And you'll see it right here on the satellite composite. This is pretty much all the cloud cover we have across the area. That's it. But as Justin mentioned at the top of the show, we do have this air quality alert that is in place until 11 o'clock tonight. And this is actually the first time this year we've had a air quality alert, and it's issued for air quality levels when they become in the unhealthy category. So you'll see that our air quality index, or the AQI, is 105 today. So that is the unsensitive for, that is the unhealthy for sensitive people. So again, as Justin mentioned, just take it easy out there, limit the outdoor activity, stay inside as much as you can, but do try to get out. But if you are sensitive to pollutants, just take it easy out there and try to stay indoors as much as you can. 75 to 84 today, nice and warm. This is the reason why we're going to be dealing with some ozone pollutants today, because of the warmth. Another unseasonably warm day. The sunshine becomes filtered with high clouds later in the day, but tomorrow, big time humidity comes in, and we may see a few scattered showers along with it. We'll time it out with that full 7-day forecast later in the show. Justin?
All right, Dakota, we'll certainly be keeping our eyes to that in about 10 minutes time here. Thank you. Well, New York eased its mask and social distancing mandates today, but people shouldn't be throwing away their face coverings just yet. Masks are still required for everyone in many settings. Millions of unvaccinated New Yorkers still have to wear them in most public places, too. Private businesses can still set rules that exceed the state requirements. As of today, most businesses can welcome full crowds again, but only to the point where there's still room for about 6 feet of social distancing in what the state's calling areas where vaccination status of individuals is unknown for patrons who do not present proof of full vaccines. Now, individual businesses here in New York can still mandate mask wearing in their establishments, even for people who are fully vaccinated if they wish. They also could require them for unvaccinated people. So you'll want to keep an eye out at specific businesses to see if there is mask requirements. And as the CDC says, those who are fully vaccinated can now go mask-free in most places. Some people are concerned about the impact that the new guidance will have on the youngest of Americans. Mandy Gaither with more for us in today's Health Minute.
For the fully vaccinated, it means mask freedom.
Personally, myself, I feel comfortable, but I understand that some people might not feel comfortable.
The CDC's mask guidance updated last week has led more local governments and businesses to relax mask mandates.
I am concerned about with the impact of this on our children and on those who just cannot be vaccinated yet.
There's no way to tell whether an unmasked person is fully vaccinated.
The science is the science, but we have to factor in human behavior.
And some health experts have concerns about kids under 12 who aren't eligible to receive the vaccine yet.
Am I going to be bringing my kids now into a Starbucks? Probably not, because I don't want them who are unvaccinated to be surrounded by a bunch of unvaccinated, unmasked people who are breathing on them.
With more adults getting vaccinated, the CDC says children and teens are starting to make up a greater proportion of new COVID-19 cases. And with less than 40% of Americans fully vaccinated, some are urging parents to keep their children masked in public.
is just the best guidance and advice that you can give to people, not knowing who in the room is protected and who is not.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Mandy, thank you. The CDC says schools should continue masking for the rest of the year. The agency plans to update its guidance for summer camp soon as well. Well, next here, a lot more to tell you about this half hour. The New York Attorney General is now conducting a criminal investigation into President Trump's organization. Details on that. And later, Walmart is getting a boost from its stimulus checks. What we know about the economic impact. Stay with us as WNY News Now continues on this hot and sunny Wednesday.
With coverage that matters. This is WNY News Now.
The George Barone Jr. Scholarship Fund is hosting its first annual Rummage and Bag Sale fundraiser. An inductee in the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame, Barone managed, coached, and assisted in youth baseball for 64 years in and around the Jamestown area. 100% of proceeds generated will be donated, which will provide scholarships to graduating Southwestern Central School seniors who partake in athletics. Learn more by checking out the scholarship on Facebook and joining us for the fundraising event.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvanna Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
Honest John's has what you're looking for. When you want it good, we're gonna give you lots more.
From freshly made subs to the best of pizza and wings, Honest John's has what you're looking for. And now 2 great locations, East 2nd Street and Fairmount Avenue. Order takeout or delivery today, online at honestjohns.pizza.
You're gonna get it good at Honest John's.
There's an old saying, there's no news in the newsroom. Well, it's true. The time I spend at the anchor desk is just part of my day. Most of our time is spent gathering stories in the community, stories that matter to you. We can't do it alone, and we need your help. When you see breaking news or have a news tip we should know about, drop us a line on Facebook today, email our news desk, or call our newsroom at 488-7226 so we can bring those stories straight back to you.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
The New York Attorney General's office says it's conducting a criminal investigation into former President Donald Trump's business empire, expanding what had previously been a civil probe. James's investigators are working with the Manhattan DA's office, which has been conducting a criminal probe into Trump and his company, the Trump Organization, for 2 years. James and District Attorney Cyrus Vance Jr. are both Democrats. Their offices offered no explanation for what prompted the change in its approach to the investigation or why it chose to publicly announce it. In the past, the Republican ex-president had decried the investigators as part of a Democratic witch hunt. James's disclosure of a widening investigation is not necessarily an indication she's planning to bring criminal charges. In New York, if that were to happen, the state attorney general can do so through a county district attorney like Vance, or with a referral from Governor Andrew Cuomo or another state agency. Well, Rudy Giuliani's son is throwing his political hat into the ring for governor of New York State. Andrew Giuliani made the announcement official yesterday afternoon in Lower Manhattan. Although the younger Giuliani has never previously run for public office, he was an aide to then-President Donald Trump.
Well, under Governor Giuliani, I can promise all of you this, my fellow New Yorkers. In a Governor Giuliani, you will get somebody who will light the economic furnace of New York.
Now, in addition to Giuliani, Long Island Congressman Lee Zeldin and former Westchester County Executive Rob Astorino are also fighting for the GOP nomination. Incumbent Democratic Governor Andrew Cuomo is expected to run for a fourth term. Well, today in D.C., the House will take up a vote on creating a bipartisan committee to investigate the January 6th insurrection on the U.S. Capitol. It's expected to get the green light, but as Britt Conway reports, more and more Republicans are pushing back now, throwing the fate of that commission into question once it hits the Senate floor.
Let's not forget what happened on January 6th. There was an insurrection.
Fast forward 5 months later. Today, the House will vote on creating a commission to investigate the attack. Chair of the House Rules Committee, Representative Jim McGovern, says it should be an easy vote.
This is a truly bipartisan commission, negotiated in a bipartisan way.
But some Republicans are pushing back, including House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy, who said, quote, "Given the Speaker's short-sighted scope that does not examine interrelated forms of political violence in America, I cannot support this legislation." He is insistent that groups like Black Lives Matter and Antifa be included in the commission's work. But Democrats say this about-face is about something else.
Kevin McCarthy is a weak and cowardly individual who's afraid of Donald Trump.
Some say McCarthy could be forced to testify in front of the commission.
I wouldn't be surprised if he were subpoenaed.
But GOP whip Steve Scalise is out too, recommending a no vote. And Senator Ron Johnson says he'll vote no. They say Speaker Nancy Pelosi is playing politics.
This is a complete farce. I hope no Republicans in the House vote for this.
The bill can pass the House with only Democratic support, but it needs 10 Republicans to pass in the Senate. I'm Britt Conway reporting.
Britt, thank you. Our local rep in the House, Congressman Tom Reed, has previously pledged his support for an investigation into the attack. Well, Walmart says stimulus checks fueled growth in its sales during the most recent quarter. The retailer reports sales are up 6% from the previous year for the quarter ending April 30th. Walmart saw growth for products in categories including apparel, outdoor living, sporting goods, and beauty supplies. The growth rates include a very strong 37% increase in online sales. Retail sales for the nation were up 27% for the last quarter over the same period in 2020. Now, analysts are watching closely to see if that continues without additional stimulus money pumped into the economy. Certainly a lot of people out there spending their stimmy. Thanks for joining us for WNY News Now. Let us know what you think about these stories and more in the comments down below. It's good to see Ed, good to see Megan, Joseph, and Steve as well. Hopefully you all are having a great day. We appreciate you tuning in. Well, now let's get to Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter. And Dakota, we were talking about this, I think when we had the stories of the stimulus coming out, where a lot of people did go to the stores. We've seen it, right? I don't shop too often at Walmart because I'm big on trying to keep my money here locally, but some cases you got to go there for certain things, and you'd see it. The big shopping carts full of plasma TVs walking out the front door.
You see, that is always a gray area because, I don't know. If in a way you got the stimulus money because you qualified for it, but at the end of the day you really didn't need the stimulus money, that's fine.
And I've heard of people, there were people on the news who said the first stimulus check they sent out, they were okay during COVID because there were a lot of people who did really need it, who were very much struggling. But there were some who said they were going to put it to a positive use, and I guess that's up to the individual.
Right, but it's like, I don't know. People always say you shouldn't judge
others.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, but it's like, at the same time, it makes you wonder, when you walk into the store and you see them with the TVs and the new computers.
Did their TV really break, or did they need another one? Because mine actually did break during COVID. When I was in quarantine for a little while, that's what we did. We had it on almost 24/7, and it's an older. It was one of the first Roku smart TVs, and it died. So we had to go get another one, and we did.
You see, that's fine.
Right.
But it's like, anyway.
Or at least that's what I say, right? There's going to be that one guy out there who's like, did it really, Gould?
Right. Or did you break it? Anyway, 75 was the high yesterday, started the day at 49, so not too far off from the averages and not too bad of a forecast yesterday either. 90 and 27 are the record highs and lows for this day. Lots of sunshine downtown, but we are starting to see the advent of a couple high clouds starting to move in. And again, high clouds mean they're high up in the atmosphere. No problem. 74 as a noon hour right now. The average high is 70. Unbelievable. 37% is the humidity, and that's the key here. It's warm, but it's a dry heat, so you're not going to have the stickiness in the air today. Today would be a great day to hit the golf course if you're like me and you want to hit the links this afternoon. Fortunately, I won't be, but 80 degrees by 2 o'clock and 4 o'clock this afternoon, 78 by the time we head to 6 o'clock, and lots of sunshine, light winds to go along with it, so it'll be a great day for golfing. Just make sure you have the sunscreen out there and obviously the mask when you're in the clubhouse or around others. We know that by now. So high pressure ridge has set up across the northeast. This is that stationary front we mentioned yesterday, has pulled a little bit further to the north, but this high pressure ridge is still keeping it away. But notice how on the left side of the high pressure ridge, that's where all the action is. That's where it gets dirty on a high pressure ridge, and that will start to move in here as we go throughout the next 24 to 48 hours. But in terms of the temperatures over the next 6 to 10 days, it's really going to be warm here and downright hot across portions of the southeast. So if you have any trips planned to the Carolinas, it's going to be warm down there. But we need the rain here. I'm not saying, we're in we desperately need it, but we need some rain here. 6.17 inches is the seasonal rainfall total since the beginning of March. That's down over 3 inches by normal. So again, some showers and storms would be nice. And we're going to get some possibly tomorrow. But look at Future Scan. High clouds move in through the afternoon. A great day. Temperatures lower 80s for the inland areas, cooler areas near the Lake Erie shoreline. Partly cloudy tonight. We start tomorrow partly cloudy, and notice what pops up here. A couple rogue showers and thunderstorms might pop up with the humidity in play. That will fuel potentially some showers and maybe a couple of rumbles of thunder at times. No severe weather expected out of this, but again, these could likely be slow moving storms, so we'll have to keep an eye on those for maybe some moderate or heavy rainfall at times where the storms do form. So here we go with the zone forecast. It's what I like to call fresca, diet summer air. It's warm, but it's not muggy. But some muggies are going to be on the way in the next 7 days of your life. 83 tomorrow, and also on Friday, it's muggly. Warm and muggy on Friday as well. Saturday, mainly dry, but a small chance of a shower or storm. Same for Sunday. And we have a cool day on Monday, 71. Then we're back to 80 on Tuesday. We'll take a break and be right back.
With coverage that matters. This is WNY News Now.
I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor.
Testicular cancer is the leading form of cancer in men aged 15 to 35.
1 in 250 men will be diagnosed with testicular cancer.
But 98% will survive if detected early.
As a survivor, I believe early detection is the key. Learn how to do a testicular self-exam and other important facts about testicular cancer at oneball4tc.com.
It's not just what we say, it's what we do.
Local first. It isn't just our slogan. It's our mindset every single day. So whether you're watching our daily live streams or staying up to date with reports on our website and mobile app, you'll always see the same attention to detail from reporters who passionately care about our community, who have one goal in mind: to always put the facts first.
For me, it's more than just getting the forecast right. What I love the most about my job is that I come into work every day to help break down the weather, letting people know how this is going to impact their day. We take pride that First Defense Weather is the only local weather team in the Southern Tier. We don't just copy and paste our weather from outside sources. Every part of our forecast is handmade right here in-house, something our team really takes pride in.
What matters to you matters to us. Every story, every day. WNY News Now, where coverage comes first. You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
After having to modify their event last year due to the global pandemic, the area Blue Star Mothers Group is getting ready for their Gold Star Memorial Service. As WNY News Now's Christian Riethmiller reports, organizers of the event are working on finalizing logistics that are slated to help the service get underway at its traditional home here at Jamestown's Veterans Park.
This is the home of our memorial, and this park, it holds so much meaning, and to have it here, Ron Cotton started us here, and his memory is here. It just wouldn't be the same somewhere else.
That's Susan Rowley, the president of Blue Star Mothers New York Chapter 4, who explains the value of hosting her group's Gold Star Memorial at the park is not just because of its excellent location, but also its symbolic significance. In total, 21 American heroes and their surviving families will be honored at this year's ceremony, a ceremony that Blue Star Mothers Vice President Kathy Culver says means so much to Gold Star families.
We're just really a step away from maybe one day being one of those families. So we support them the best that we can, but we never try to pretend that we really fully understand their heartache.
The Blue Star Mothers say that the importance of hosting the Gold Star Memorial at Veterans Memorial Park is even greater this year due to the lack of public memorials occurring this spring.
Just today, I was reading some of the guidelines, and Governor Cuomo has opened it up to 500 people in an outdoor event. So
we can fit 500 people here.
We're welcoming everybody who would like to come. I think that it would be just an amazing way to commemorate Remembrance Day, Memorial Day, especially because there won't be a parade this year.
Several elected officials will join local veterans organizations at the event. However, the highlight will likely be this year's keynote speaker, Holly Baker, a Gold Star mother and past president of the New York State Gold Star Mothers Group.
The message she will have for all parents and all veterans and everyone that day is going to be phenomenal. And I hope people come out and just to remember and honor.
The entire community is welcome to join the memorial occurring May 29th at 10 a.m. They only ask that you bring your own lawn chair. Reporting in Jamestown, I'm Christian Riethmiller, WNY News Now.
Christian, thank you. Excellent reporting, and I am looking forward to this event. It's incredible to get back to a little bit of normalcy, and especially on Memorial Day. And I think last year, Dakota, I know you and I were both here for this, when we had Susan and Kathy, who will be the speaker coming in a few Saturdays during the Gold Star Memorial on our broadcast virtually because of COVID to try to still honor these American heroes, absolutely selfless. Their actions and their families who are left behind. Mm-hmm. And that's what Memorial Day is all about. And I hope and I believe that this event will continue to carry on that tradition this year, even though we aren't going to maybe have a Memorial Day like we've had in years past, because we're still trying to get to that point of reopening. But it's incredible, and it's just incredible, and great work by Christian, a new reporter to WNY News Now. He's really done an excellent job with that package. I look forward to seeing what he can do in the future.
It's only Christian's second day, and already he's done two packages.
Yeah, talk about getting right into it. Mm-hmm.
He's coming really for my job next.
Yeah, right. So, doing the weather.
Yes,
doing the weather after this. Well,
Andrew and I are frightened.
Right.
Yes.
The weather-wise tonight, Dakota, it's going to be a warm one even overnight.
Yes, 56 to 63 tonight, another nice night to leave those windows open, but it won't be quite muggy. There will be more humidity toward the Lake Erie shoreline where it will stay warmer, but other than that, partly cloudy, and yeah, tomorrow really gets humid, Justin.
Yeah, you'll certainly keep us in the know. If anybody missed what we talked about, you can simply watch this broadcast again as soon as we're done. It will loop for you.
You can watch it all day if you'd like.
Yeah. Put it on loop if you want.
Mm-hmm. Justin and I are two sex symbols. So,
you know what I did Friday? This was kind of cute. I watched the show in slow motion. You can do that on YouTube.
Yes.
I thought it was so hilarious. I watched your weather in slow motion. It was great.
What did I sound like? I have a few too many?
Yeah, a few too many, but I promise
we'll be back tomorrow. See you tomorrow.
That's going to do it for us, of course, as the drunken Dakota mentioned. Have a great day. We'll be back tomorrow.